Hey, what's going on, guys? So my name is Ipe. I've been making 7 figures on the internet. I rank websites in Google, generate leads for small businesses. I've been also making full-time income for the last 8 years. So right now I'm going to react to Andrew Tate's video. Which is laziness kills.
Yeah. I don't have a clue how much money I have. Success. When I was broke, I knew exactly how much money I had. I had 117 pound in the NatWest, and that was it. I'm poor, rent's paid, I ain't got nothing else. When I was broke, I knew exactly how much I had. But now I'm at a point where it gets really difficult to truly measure how much money I have.
Do you believe in that work smart or not harder?
I believe in both.
Yeah.
But there's a time when it comes to work smart. And most people are trying to do the smart work before they do the hard work. It's kind of like talent, right? You don't notice if you're talented at something until all the hard work's done. I could be the most talented tennis player in the world, but I don't play tennis. So if I go down the tennis court, Joe Schmo is going to smoke me. I don't get to see my talent until I've worked so hard that I'm in the top 1%, and now I'm beating them because I have some God-given gift.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
You have to do the hard work first. If there's no hard work, there's no smart work. So someone's going to sit there and go, I work smart, I don't work hard, so I only have to work an hour a day. If working smart gets you a lot done in an hour a day, then you should work smart for 12 hours a day and get 12 times.
Working hard. If you work hard, you're putting in the hours and you are starting to understand what part of your work is inefficient. And then you can hire systems, tools, staff in place that can take over the inefficient parts of your work, and then you are starting to work smarter and smarter. But yes, I agree, you need to work hard first to identify those areas in your life where you can begin outsourcing it.
It's the work done. I am absolutely and utterly a believer in hard work. I'm a proponent of hard work. I have all this money and all I do is work.
Hard work is the only way to really start to master different skill sets, whether that be sales, marketing, managing teams and people. It all comes from putting in the hours to learn that skill set. The 10,000 hour thing to master a skill, that comes from putting in reps. So that's where hard work becomes important. But you can't stay just at hard work. You have to learn to begin scaling your business or your skill set, and that's where smart work comes in to really get ahead.
My entire life is work. This podcast is work. I'm getting in the car, I'm going to another meeting, work. I want to go to the gym so I'm in good shape, work. It's all work. My entire life is work. And people don't want to look at life that way. They want to talk about work-life balance and being lazy and all this crap. I don't believe in any of that. I believe in, if you want to win, you have to outcompete the man who's prepared to do nothing but work. It's player versus player. If you're going to sit there and go, I don't want to work more than an hour a day, well, the guy who does want to work more than an hour a day is going to beat you. And no matter how smart you are, there's always a smart dude who's doing the same smart work you are for more hours than you're doing it. That's just the nature of the game. This is why...
Andrew is a smart guy, though. He has created a lot of leverage in his life. So when he works 4 hours managing his different empires and different teams, with all of his whole team and his empire combined, he's getting so much more done than one person working 8 hours.
We talk about things like passive income. Passive income's a fucking scam. I'm tired of people coming to...
Passive income is not a scam per se, but like leveraged income is a better definition of what you want to create in your life. Leveraged income means other ways to make money other than trading your time for dollars. So that's creating a culture where other people work for you, other people make money for you, which is a scalable business, or you create assets. You know how to create assets that make income for you. That's creating leveraged income.
Me saying, I want to make passive income.
What methods of passive income would you say is a scam?
It's not about it being a scam. It's about the mentality towards it is a scam. Look, everyone loves passive money, right? I make money as I sleep. I get it. You need to de-link your time to your money, because if you're only working for money, you run out of time, you can't make enough money. I understand all those principles. My point is, if you have no money and you're coming to me saying, I want to make passive income, why are you not making active income? Get up off your ass and work first. Because there's no such thing as completely, truly 100% passive. You're going to have to check on it. You're going to have to maintain it. You're going to have to find a new tenant for that property. You're You're going to have to make sure that DeFi crypto farm you're in doesn't go to zero. It's not a rug pull.
Yeah.
You're always going to have to keep an eye on it, right? But the idea that people with no money are already so concerned with making money without work is amazing to me. You should be worried about active income. If I'm a brokey and you show me how to make $1,000 an hour, I don't sit there and go, okay, but how can I make that passive? I go, cool, I'm making $18,000 a day because I'm going to work. Dude, you don't need to worry about passive income until you have no more time. I look at passive income because I have 18 hours a day I work. When all 18 of those hours are done and my workload...
For most people that are looking to start to make money on the internet, what you really need to look at is the skill sets that allows you to create high income first, you know? So that's going to be sales and like marketing, or probably going to be your best bet in terms of like starting to create high like active income, and then you can translate those skills to other forms of scalable business that becomes more of a leveraged income. So you know, any skill set in sales or digital marketing skills, these all translate to being able to build scalable businesses. This is why this is like going to be your best starting point as anybody that's trying to make money or trying to get ahead in life.
still isn't finished. I have to find a way to make some of those income streams passive.
You know, like mopping the floor is also an active income, but like that skill set of mopping a floor doesn't really translate to furthering yourself in like a business. So this is why, you know, again, sales and digital marketing skills are going to be your best bet. And we have a program where we teach SEO skills. That's another highly translatable skill set to a scalable business,
either via staff or whatever else. Yep. And that's how I work smart. I use all of my time, and when all my time is done, now I have to become more efficient so that I can get more done within the same time frame. To sit there and say, I don't want to use my time, so I want passive income is dumb. The 16-year-old making 45 grand a month, if he was to sit to me and go, I don't want to make the TikToks, I want someone else to do it, make it passive, that he wouldn't be making any money. He's just working. You have to just work. At some point you have to bite the bullet and just work. So when someone comes to me talking about passive income and they're a brokey, I'm like, you are just lazy. You are lazy. You will never get any.
I suppose most people out there are too lazy to get anywhere in life, but if like those individuals that are serious, they still get kind of stuck getting bad advice. So it's not that, I don't think a lot of people out here aren't lazy per se. They just have bad information. That's also a lot of it too. Because I wasn't late. I was like motivated to start a business and become successful for a long time, but nothing, like for a couple of years, like I've tried all these different things. It just never clicked until I found the right vehicle, which was local lead generation.
Lazy people never get anywhere in life. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter if it's tennis or money. If you're lazy, you're never going to get there. And another thing about people is they're quitters. I can't stand quitters. We have a thing inside Hustles University. If someone unsubscribes, I ban them.
Is it?
Yeah, you're not allowed to rejoin. And they email me like, "Oh, sorry, I had a problem with my card. I want to rejoin." Da, da, da. I don't need members. I got money. I do not need your membership. I do not need you. It's not a business where we need you. You need us, right? Quitters are the worst people on the planet. You can give a quitter absolutely everything and they will still fail. You can give it doesn't matter what it is. If you go to IKEA and buy a flat pack table and put it in front of a quitter, you will never have a table. He'll look at it, it's just long, and he'll quit. Quitters can have every single advantage. Quitters can have all the information. Quitters can have all the tutelage. Quitters can have a mentorship. Quitters can have someone who messages them every morning, "Hey bro, let's get it." And guess what they're gonna do at the end? Quit. So if you're a quitter, I don't even want you even inside my organization. I don't want quitters anywhere near me because you're never gonna be successful. They will stay brokies and wagies forever. Leave them there, right? You need the people who don't quit. I don't quit. Every single facet of my life is testament to the fact that I don't quit. When people see my plane in the sky, you can say whatever you want about me. You can call me arrogant. You can call me anything you want, but you cannot call me a quitter. I didn't quit. So that's the difference. That's
truly how I look at myself as well. And what separates me from most people out there is I never give up. It's my persistence that got me to where I'm at. So there's something profound to be said about that. I don't know if you can learn it. It's something that you're born with. I always kind of talk about this with my mentor, Dan, as well. It's like, how come some people have this kind of burning desire to be really dedicated and not have personality type of like never giving up, but you have to have that kind of competitive fire about yourself. And if you don't have that attitude, then you have to go find it. You know, this is why having some sort of adversity, some sort of even enemy, whether that's a person or not a person, maybe it's a job or 9 to 5 that you're trying to quit, some sort of a enemy that you're fighting against is so important. Because if you don't have that purpose, that reason, that deep enough reason, when the going gets tough, you're gonna throw in the towel. But my big enemy when I was starting online businesses is my 9 to 5 job that I hated, right? So it was the pain of staying at that 9 to 5 job was great enough that I wasn't afraid to face some of the discomfort of pushing outside of my comfort zone, starting my lead generation business, talking to business owners about leads. That facing that discomfort of that new experience was a lot less painful than the 9 to 5 office where I was at. So again, I think most people that aren't serious, that aren't willing to put in the work, or that are that are quitters, I think these individuals are too comfortable in their lives. Maybe they live with their parents. They don't even have to pay bills. They're pacifying themselves by like smoking weed or playing video games. There is pain in their life, but they are coping with it. They are doing a lot of activities to not feel that pain.
When it was hard, I did it anyway. That's who I've always been. And if you don't have that kind of tenacity, you're never going to be anything. So the people who come along and talk about passive income, they sound like quitters to me. They sound like people who don't want to work. I love work. I'm ready to work. I'll dig a hole. Bro, you offer me $1 billion right now and give me a shovel, I'll dig a hole. Give me the shovel, give me the money. I will dig a hole. I'm not afraid of work. So yeah, I have a stake in some casinos in Bucharest. COVID came along and made that a bit difficult.
Yep.
But that's another reason why you have to diversify, right? So I'm involved in the casino business. I'm involved in a bunch of businesses. But that's why you have to diversify, because COVID came along and wrecked a whole bunch of businesses, but then also it made others a whole ton of money. That's another thing about making money and networking and that kind of thing. Once you can diversify, it's amazing. They say don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's half true. If you have something and it's working, yeah, focus on it, make a bunch of money, but then you need to diversify and make yourself anti-fragile. That's how it works. You got to have a lot of pans in the fire and you'll be okay. So yeah, I've got the casino business running. I've got a few things running. But also diversification becomes very easy when you have a good team. It's amazing. Every single thing I talk about ties back to things we've already talked about before. We talked about having good people around you, right? So how can I run all these casinos while I'm not even there? Well, I got people around me who can do things for me. I got a good team of people. If you start with a good team, you're going to make it. That's really true. Brotherhood in and of itself is so valuable. If you sit around with 20 people and none of them are lazy and none of them are snakes, you're going to be fine. This guy's in charge of this thing. That guy's in charge of this thing. You got to have a team. You got to have a network. And my network is so strong. That's one of the big advantages I have. I have people around me who I can genuinely, seriously trust. I think follow your passion is also a terrible piece of advice. People say, hey man, you need to find what your passion.
This is a great advice. I love this advice. This is the same advice my mentor Dan Klein taught me is, stop worrying about your passions. You're still stuck at a 9 to 5. Worry about creating leveraged income first. Then once you create freedom, then you can go chase your passions. But too many people are trying to follow their passion when they're broke. They should be focused on what's going to make them the money the best way possible first.
About and do that. And what they're trying to say is only do what you like, because you have no motivation to do anything else. And motivation in and of itself is a scam. I don't believe in motivation. I believe in discipline. I am not motivated to do the things I'm supposed to do every day. I don't wake up full of joy that I have to go to the gym or that I have to work or got to deal with crap. I don't feel motivated to do them. I'm disciplined. I do them regardless of how I feel. Whether I'm in the mood to do it or I'm not in the mood to do it, it gets done. That's discipline. Discipline's a real thing. Motivation is fleeting.
Yeah.
You're never going to be permanently motivated. If you're the kind of person who can only try hard at something he enjoys, then you're going to fail. Because most things you enjoy don't pay any money. If they paid money, you wouldn't enjoy them. It's called a job, right? Nobody likes their job. You like your hobby. I'm sure you like playing video games. Maybe 1%, 0.1% can make money from video games, right? Most people, you ain't ever going to make it.
Yeah.
Do you think the guy in China who owns a concrete plant is passionate about concrete? Do you think he's sitting there stroking it at night? Be passionate about success. If you're passionate about money, then you can be passionate about anything. I'll be passionate about any business on earth that pays me. If you pay me $1 billion to dig that hole, I'll be very passionate about that hole. I will dig that hole with passion. So when people come along and say, oh, you need to find something you're passionate about, follow your passion, you're never going to make any money that way. You have to sit there and go, what is going to pay me?
Yeah, I agree with that last part for sure. Again, I'll end with this, like lead generation, generating leads for small businesses like plumber, roofer. Like this doesn't sound like the most like.
There's a little known trick to getting started in real estate.
Doesn't sound like the most sexiest business, but I was thinking the same way. I don't know if I can be passionate about this, but that was all just a bullshit excuse, a bullshit story that I was telling myself. You know, once I started having some success, trying to like making money on the internet, trust me, I found all the passion in the world to continue to grow that. You know, it's like a video game. Like it became like a video game for me. So it's like growing my business to 5K a month, to 10K a month, to 15K a month. Like to be able to see that progression and that progress, I became very, very passionate about that. I became very passionate about growing my income so I can, you know, move out of a really, you know, $600 a month rent apartment to $2,000 a month rent apartment in downtown Detroit. And then I moved to California. Like I became passionate about the progress that I was making and growing my business and surrounding myself with more and more successful entrepreneurs, getting more clients, like increasing my skill level. And when it comes to SEO, digital marketing, lead generation, and sales. So you trust me, you will find great passion when you are having success and when you're winning and when you're making money on your own and you're having more freedom than ever before. You can go to a restaurant and order things from the menu without having to look at the price. Like these things will give you plenty of passion. It's much better than chasing some sort of passion that you think you have right now and then being unsuccessful and still broke. Following your passion, I think, is a very, very poor advice for 90% of the people. I think only like 10% can actually find a passion successfully and make that into a lucrative venture. I think most people, they really need to be focused on making money first and foremost. And then eventually we have plenty of students where they've achieved some sort of level of success with the lead gen business. They have a lot of freedom and then they're able to chase some of their passions, whether that be traveling, doing some sort of art form or what have you. But you need freedom first and foremost. And to get freedom, you need leveraged income. Lead generation is just one such great way to create leveraged income on the internet in 2023. So if you want more information on that, check the link in the description. See you on the next one.